Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we will look into the Leetcode Medium level problem called daily temperatures. So let's understand the problem statement. So the problem statement says that we have given an array of integers called temperatures, which represents the daily temperatures. For example, this is our input array temperatures. So the temperature at day 0 is 73, temperature at day 1 is 74, and so on. So the day 0, day 1 is nothing but the index of the array. Let's understand this problem statement with example in more detail and also understand what output we need to return. So let's start. Let's understand using this input array as an example. So what do we need to return as an output? So we need to check for each day in this input array, how many days we need to wait to get more temperature than that day. For example, if we want to check for day 1, so we need to only wait for 1 day to get more temperature. As on day 1, temperature is 74, which is greater than 73. So the wait time is only 1 day. Similarly, if we check for day 2, where temperature is 74, we need to wait only 1 day because next day only we are getting more temperature, which is 75. That's why the wait number of days to wait is 1 here as well. But for day 3, where temperature is 75, we need to wait for 4 days to get more temperature than that. On a day 7, we are getting temperature 76, which is greater than 75. So the wait time here is 4 days. And similarly, for each day, we need to check how many days we need to wait to get more temperature than that day. And whatever the values which we have represented here in a red is basically the number of days we need to wait for each day to get more temperature. Those values we need to represent as an array and return that as an output. So how can we solve this problem? So one of the simple way to solve this problem is that for each day, you scan entire array starting from next day and check for the first day where you are observing more temperature than this day. And you take the difference between that day and current day, and that will be your answer. For example, here for day 0, we are seeing more temperature on day 1 only. So the difference is 1 minus 0, 1. That is the answer for day 0. But one problem with this approach is that you can see for every day we are scanning the array elements again and again. So this is basically we are repeating the process again and again for every day. So this is not an efficient solution. So let's say if n is the number of days, then this solution will have a O of n square time complexity. So this is a brute force solution. Now let's understand the optimized solution. Now let's understand the approach which will help us to get to the optimized solution. So if you carefully observe this input array, you can say that for each day we need to keep track of that day till we see the first day where temperature is more than that day, because then we don't need to keep track of that day. For example, let's say we start tracking from day 0. Now when we see day 1 temperature, which is 74, we don't need to keep track of day 0 temperature because we got the answer for day 0, right? Similarly, for day 1, when we see day 2, we see more temperature than day 1. So we don't need to keep this day 1 in our track list or in our waiting list. But for day 2, we need to keep it in a track list because we are seeing lower temperature. Day 3 also we need to keep because we are seeing lower temperature than it. So you can see that the sequence here is in a decreasing order. And as soon as we see the day 5, which is disturbing this decreasing sequence, it means that there are the days in this track list which have lower temperature than this day 5. So remove those to basically maintain that decreasing sequence, right? Because we got the answer for those days, so we don't need to keep track of them. Now, when we see the day 6, then we don't need to keep track of these days because we saw more temperature than these days. So we can remove those days also from track list. And for day 7, we see 73 temperature, which is less than 76. So this day 6 and day 7 remain in a waiting list because we don't see any day which have more temperature than them. Now, the problem here is that we need to return the number of wait days for each day. From the value, we won't be able to get it. So what do we need to store? In a track list, we need to store the day index in a track list. So let's say we start with the day 0. When we see the day 1, which is 74 is greater than 73. So we don't need to keep track of this day 0 anymore now, because we got the answer, which is 1 minus 0, 1. Now, when we see day 2, similarly, 75 is greater than 74. So we got the answer for day 1. We don't need to keep track of it now, which is 2 minus 1, 1. But day 3 is 71. 71 is less than 75. So keep adding it into the track list. 69 is less than 71. So we will add it into the track list. And as soon as we see day 5, you can see that day 3 and day 4 have lower temperature than day 5. So we don't need to track day 3 and day 4 now, because we got an answer for them. So which is 5 minus 4, 1, 5 minus 3, 2. So for day 3, we need to wait for 2 days. For day 4, we need to wait for 1 day. And then continue for the next days. So when we see day 6, we see the temperature 76, which is more than the temperature at day 2 and the temperature at day 5. So we got answer for day 2 and day 5 as well. So we don't need to keep track of them now. So we got answer for day 5, which is 6 minus 5, 1. And for day 2 as well, which is 6 minus 2, 4. And for day 6 and 7, we didn't get any answer because we are not seeing any other days which have more temperature than them in the future. So that's why the answer is 0 here. So which data structure do you think is more suitable to implement this solution? So observe two things. One is we need to keep track of days, for which we haven't seen a day with more temperature than those days. And once we see the day with more temperature than those days, we need to remove them from track list and basically backtrack to the day for which we are yet to see the day with more temperature. So given these two things, one is we need to remove the days from track list as soon as we see the day with more temperature than them, and remove them in a order that the last day in a track list should be removed first, and other capabilities backtrack to the day for which we are yet to see the day with more temperature. So these two properties one data structure can very well provide, which is stack. Let's understand with the stack. So let's say we start with the day 0, and when we see the day 1 for which temperature is more than the day 0 in a track list, then we don't need to keep track of day 0 now, because we have seen the day with more temperature than it. So we will remove it and add day 1 to the stack. And when we see day 2, then we don't need to keep the day 1 into our track list. We can remove it and add day 2. Now, when we see day 3, day 3 doesn't have temperature more than day 2, so we will keep adding it to the stack. Day 4 also doesn't have temperature more than day 3, we also keep adding to the stack. So you can see 2, 3, 4 are added to the track list, which is 75, 71, 69. So you can see they are in a decreasing order. Now when we see day 5, which is disturbing that decreasing order, it means that day 5 has more temperature than day 4. So we will remove the day 4 from track list. Basically the last day which is added to the track list is removed first. Then day 3, which is also have a lower temperature than day 5. So that is also removed, because we got the answer for day 3 and day 4 now. But for day 2, the temperature at day 2 is still more than day 5. So we'll keep that in the track list. So the track list will look like this. And when we see the day 6, it has temperature more than day 5 and day 2. So we'll remove the day 5 and day 2 and add it into the add day 6 to the track list. And when we visit the day 7, now day 7 doesn't have temperature more than day 6, so we'll add it into the track list. Now we don't have any more days to pass, so we basically we reached our solution. So this is how we can use the stack to achieve the optimized approach which we discussed. So if you observe one more thing here, whatever the days which are present in a track list on a stack, if you see the value of those days, the temperature values, you can see them in a decreasing order. So the entries will be added to the stack only when they are in a decreasing order. And as soon as we see the day with more temperature, we remove them. So this type of stack is called as a monotonic decreasing stack, where basically we keep the entries into the stack till we are maintaining the decreasing sequence. Now, because we are parsing each element of the array only once, so the time complexity is O of n. N is the number of elements or the number of temperatures in an input array. So now let's understand the implementation of this approach. So this is a Java implementation. You can see this integer temperatures array, which is our input. We are storing the length of the input array in variable n. We are declaring the result array of size n, and this is our stack. And we are parsing our input array using for loop. So in this while loop, what we are checking? We are checking the stack is not empty, means there are some days in a track list for which we have not seen the day with more temperature. We check whether the day which is present at peak of the stack, whether the temperature on that day is less than the current day. If it is less, it means that for that day which is stored on a stack, we have seen the day with more temperature. So we remove that particular day index from stack for which we have got the answer. So the answer for that day will be basically the current day where we are seeing more temperature than that day, which is ith day, minus the index or basically the day for which we are getting the answer. And we are adding it to the answer array or result array. And then pushing the current day to the stack or our track list. And once we complete the parsing, we basically return the result array. So as you can see that we are parsing this input array only once. And let's say n is the number of elements in an array. That's why the complexity of this solution is O of n. So this is an optimized solution. Let's run it. So you can see this solution is submitted successfully. Hope you understood the explanation and also understood the brute force approach and how we reached to the optimized approach. Why did we choose the stack data structure and how did we come up with the optimized solution with O of n time complexity. If you like the video, please share and subscribe. Thank you so much.